Hi, good afternoon. So we're back, hopefully back with sessions with Sally. I hope that there's people coming to join me today. Today we are going to do some Pilates. So for those of you that have not joined in the sessions before, and for those of you that don't know anything about Pilates, Pilates is a lot about strengthening of your core muscles. So that's your deep abdominal muscles, your back muscles, all the muscles that run down the length of your spine that give you good posture and straightness. And then when also you've got good posture and straightness, the rest of your body actually looks and works more efficiently. So we do a lot of back strengthening and posture work in Pilates, and we also do some gentle stretching as well. So a little bit about Pilates. It's very similar to yoga, but I tend to do a lot more strength work in my sessions. So today's session is going to be a mixture of strength and stretch. I always talk about the breathing in Pilates, especially when I'm teaching a class. But what I do tell people if they are new to Pilates is not to worry about the breathing. Obviously the most important thing is that you are breathing and not holding your breath. But in general, we aim to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. And when we're working with this strengthening exercises, we try as much as possible to hold in your lower abdominal muscles, holding the abdominals as you breathe out. Then what actually happens is the abdominals start to learn to contract with the outward breath, so that you've always got this core strength, which is what we are aiming to achieve when we do Pilates sessions. So we're going to start today by lying down on your mat or your floor. If you are working on a hard floor, then I'd suggest that you probably either get a mat or you could use a couple of towels, but you need to try and get a comfortable soft surface to work on, because we will be doing some work through the spine, and so if he's working on a hard floor, that'd be a little bit abrasive to the spine. So a mat or a couple of towels or a rug if you've got one, or if you can work on your carpet, that'd be perfect. So lying down, the first thing I'm going to do is take it into the neutral spine position. So what that actually means is if you are standing, sitting or lying, is that you are in a position where your spine sits correctly within your pelvis. So as I'm lying, what I try to do is take the feet, the ankles and the knees to be hip distance apart. That's the distance of your hip bones. Shoulders are relaxed back and down towards the mat, because often we have a tendency to let the shoulders ride up. So the shoulders are back and down, and the chin is tucked just gently down towards the chest. So I'm going to start by working and mobilising through the neck and the shoulders, and breathing in through the nose, breathe out to turn your head to the right, into the centre and out to the left. So gently we are moving the head from side to side as we start to ease into the neck area. I'm going to do a couple more from side to side. And then breathing in at the centre and out to tuck the chin down towards the chest, lifting the head up, tucking the chin down, and this just gently stretches down through the back of the neck. So make sure that your head stays in contact with the floor of this one, so we're not lifting the head up, it stays in contact with the floor. And a couple more. And then lastly into the neck area, breathing in at the top and breathe out to draw the right ear to the right shoulder, into the centre and the left ear to the left shoulder. So we are moving the head from side to side as we stretch down the side of the neck. And a couple more. and release. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of work into the shoulders. So we're going to breathe in and take the arms up and over the back of the head, and then circle the arms all the way around the body. So big circling arms all the way around as we start to gently mobilise and loosen into the shoulders. So we're doing about 4 to 5 into each direction. So I'm going to reverse that back, breathing in as the arms come up around the side and out as the arms come over the top. And a couple more. And then just reach up to the ceiling and drop your shoulders down. So reaching up and drop the shoulders down as we just loosen a little bit further into that shoulder area, which is where a lot of us tend to hold a lot of tension. So we're just going to do a couple more of those. And then release. So just checking that your body is still in that neutral spine position with the feet hip distance apart and the knees are hip distance apart, as the ankles also hip distance apart. We're going to now do a move called the shoulder bridge, which is to mobilise and loosen and open up through the spinal column. So we're going to breathe in at the bottom and breathe out as you gently tilt up towards your waist, and then slowly press the spine back down towards the mat. And then we're going to come a little bit higher up towards the middle of the back and press the spine down to the mat. And then coming all the way up, if you can, to your shoulders and pressing disc by disc all the way down, all the way up, and all the way down. Just aiming to touch down, literally if you can, one disc at a time, disc by disc, all the way down to your mat. Move all the way up to your shoulders if you can, and pressing disc by disc all the way down. And we're just going to do one more of those. And release. And then after the shoulder bridge, just bring your knees into your chest and just have a little gentle roll around, just a few times each way. That just loosens off through the middle of the back. And then we're going to move into our first strengthening exercise, which is to strengthen the deep lower abdominal muscles. So focusing on the abdominal muscles, I always say to my students that if you imagine that you are going to try and pull yourself into a tight pair of trousers, tight pair of jeans, so you're going to be pulling these muscles as tightly back as you can, pressing your belly button down towards the base of the spine. Your aim will be then with this next exercise to hold those muscles back as you take 4 breaths in and out. So in through the nose, out through the mouth 4 times. Your aim being to hold your tummy muscles tightly back. So I'm taking a breath in, breathe out, lift, just your head, neck and shoulders from the mat. Pull your tummy muscles tightly back. And take 4 controlled breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth 4 times and release. So breathing in, tummy tightly back, so I'm drawing my belly button back through towards the base of my spine. Pull your tummy muscles nice and flat. Lift, hold the tummy muscles in, breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth 4 times. and release. Again, breathing in, tummy muscles tightly back. Breathe out and lift, but keep the tummy muscles tightly back. 4 breaths. And release. So we're going to do 2 more of those, aiming to control the breathing, always in through the nose, out through the mouth, keeping your tummy muscles tightly contracted all the way through the breaths. And we're going to do 1 more. And release back down to the mat. And then because we've worked the abdominals, we're just going to have a little stretch. Taking your arms above your head, your legs out in front, have a big stretch all the way through. And release. And again, big stretch. Fingers to toes. And release. So, the Pilates sit-up is to strengthen into your in particular, into your lower abdominal muscles. Your aim being to hold these muscles tightly back as you control the breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth. 4 breaths, relax completely, start again. So, most importantly is that when we do anything to strengthen the lower abdominal muscles, is that we also work the lower back. So it's very important, if you're going to gain core strength, is that you don't just do the abdominals. This is a whole core area that goes all the way around the base of the spine. So imagine like the core of an apple. This is your core area of your body. And so if we just did the front and not the back, then there'd be a weakness in that core. So what we're now going to do is we're going to address the back muscles. So we're going to start with an exercise called swimming, and today I'm just doing the lower level of all the moves. So swimming is to strengthen the deep lower back, and the aim will be to take the arms and legs straight out in front, and we're going to take a breath in and pull the tummy muscles just gently back to support the back. Lift the alternate arm and leg. And release. So we are taking 3 breaths in and out at the top. Breathe in at the bottom, lengthen, stretch and lift. And release. Breathing in, lengthen, stretch and lift. Not too high, it's not a high lift, it's only a small lift. Really stretching at the same time. And release. Long stretch. Tiny lift. Alternate arm, leg. Head comes up but the chin stays down towards the chest. And just 2 more. One more on each side. And release. So swimming is for the deep lower back. So this area here is where that exercise should be felt. Is to strengthen into your deep lower back muscles. The back is obviously the centre area of the body and is the most important part of your body in many ways because it's your support of the body. So what we're now going to do is we're going to strengthen the muscles of the middle back because ideally we need to have all these muscles right from the neck all the way down to the bottom. The muscles should be nice and strong, and then what they do is they straighten up the spine, they give us a really good support network, it gives us good posture so we stand better. Also that will have an effect on your abdominals, because when you've got good strong back muscles and good posture, it pulls the tummy muscles in. Also it'll help you to breathe better because your spine is straight, so your chest will open up, so that also makes your breathing more efficient. So strengthening the back muscles is a really, really important exercises to do. Moving to the middle of the back, you may feel this one in the lower back. It's quite common to feel this in the lower back, but this targets the middle of the back. And this is called the swan dive. And we've got the elbows out to the side and the fingertips facing forward. Chin down towards the chest, bottom of the legs relaxed, and we breathe in at the bottom and we float the upper body not too high, hold at the top. For 3 breaths in and out and release. So it's a tiny lift, hold that position, elbows in line with the shoulders, fingertips facing forward, so that's like a devil's fork position at the top, and release. Breathing in, we hold it, and we're going to do a couple more. And one more. And release. So the swan dive is for middle back strength. The arms should be in line with the shoulders, the fingertips facing forward, so the top part of your body forms a devil's fork position. Your bottom legs should be completely relaxed and you are lifting from the middle of your back, but you may well feel it in the lower back. So moving now to the top, so we've got the lower back that we've worked with swimming, middle back with the swan dive. Now we're going to go to the top of the back and work with the main posture muscles. And again, I'm just going to give you today the easiest level of this exercise, which is called the eagle. So you can either stand or you can kneel. The arms are down by the sides of the legs and we are squeezing the shoulder blades together. Turn the hands outwards, shoulders back and down, and release. Shoulders squeezed together, turn the hands outwards and release. So each time we are encouraging or trying to encourage the shoulders to firstly draw back and then push down. Keeping the back nice and straight as you work on the main posture muscles. Shoulders squeeze, hands turn outwards. Make sure you don't turn your hands that way, because that will encourage your shoulders to roll forward, so they turn outwards and release. And we're going to do 2 more. And release. So the eagle is for the upper back, the shoulders. It also works the backs of the arms, but mainly the eagle concentrates on your posture muscles, so that you've now worked on the strengthening of the upper back, the middle of the back and the lower back. Ideally, we'd aim to do between about 5 and 10 of each exercise, and ideally we try to do them about 3 times a week with a space in between. So we're now going to go to downwards facing plank to complete. This is one big hold of pulling these muscles tightly back. The aim with the plank, and again I'm doing the lowest level, is to engage these muscles, hold them very, very tightly back, and aim to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth for 10 slow seconds. So the downwards facing plank, we are on the forearms and the knees. We take a big deep breath in, pull the tummy muscles tightly back, we lift up, hold it there, and we hold for 10, count to 10, tummy tight the whole time, pulling the tummy muscles in, keep holding, keep breathing. And release. So the plank is for lower abdominal strength. So we've covered today in our session, we've covered the mobilising of the spine, the strengthening of the back muscles, the lower back, the middle of the back and the upper back, and the strengthening of the abdominal muscles. The next video, so the video that will follow on from this video, I am going to be doing a more advanced Pilates class. So if you feel that you can do the harder moves or you want to progress yourself, then that's what will be in the next session. So I hope to see some of you there at least, or some of you there eventually.